Oh, hey, look at this last second stuff right here. It's how we pull it off on live television or internet television. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cageside Live, brought to you by CageSidePress.com. I'm Eddie Law. That's Gabrielle Gonzalez, fresh off of UFC San Diego. I'm sure most people are watching the Contender Series right now. Johnson and Cartwright going back and forth. I'm a little disappointed in both guys that this fight isn't over yet. They've been going in pretty hard.
No, for sure. I was just watching it. I really thought that Darce was going to get it done in the first.
Yeah.
I really thought Haley and Cowan was going to have a different kind of performance too. But no, look, I'm sure by the time we're done with the show, we'll have some questions and ideas. How are you, Eddie? Are you hanging in there, man? Are you ready for pay-per-view fight week?
I'm good, man. I got into Salt Lake about 3 hours ago, and I'm not gonna lie, you couldn't pay me to live here, but you know, it's nice to see new spots and everything, right? It's just a weird town, but but let's just say all the rumors you heard from watching Suns play the Jazz and all that, and people in Salt Lake, completely makes sense. Totally makes sense.
That bad?
It's not awful. Like I said, I wouldn't live here, man.
Different culture, different place, different part of the United States, man.
I'll tell you this, like they got commercials on TV talking about how to talk to your kids to not drink and do like there's commercials like every 15, 20 minutes, you're going like talk to your children to not drink alcohol. Not like teach them it's illegal till they're 21, none of that. It's like talk to your kids to make sure they don't drink alcohol or have promiscuous sex and stuff like that. I'm like, where the fuck did this come from? It's like when they do commercials for like Pepsi and the commercial has nothing to do with the brand, like that kind of stuff.
That is some be strong, my friend. It's only about 4 or 5 days. You'll make it.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I got plenty to do tomorrow. Media day, of course. Although it is a little different. I don't know how it was actually for you. It started off late, right? In San Diego. Mm-hmm. Here it starts at 1 p.m. Even at 274, it was a 9 a.m. start or 10 a.m. start. So that's kind of weird.
What I would imagine for you is that breaking the fourth wall for everyone watching, because this is exactly what we talk about when we're off the air. I would imagine a bit of that is Contender Series drop by. Like it is not out of the ordinary that some PR people may be at Apex right now and will be there in Salt Lake tomorrow to work also. So like this is their job full time. This is what they do. So I would imagine that's why there's a bit of a buffer, because they don't want to just drill some people. Hey, we're going to get done at like 9-10 tonight, and you're going to be back 12 hours in Salt Lake doing another X amount of hours.
Yeah, I mean, you and I know the PR people that work with the UFC. If y'all ever get to see this, man, we really appreciate what the hell you guys do, because I know you can be tired of shit in the morning. But interestingly enough, it's only an hour flight from Phoenix. So from Vegas, it's got to be like a 30-minute flight, maybe. Like not long at all.
For sure.
Yeah. Cartwright was looking for what do you call it, for a crucifix, and got stuck in half guard. Now they're back playing the ground game. All right. So UFC San Diego, man, you got to see Marlon Cheeto Vera get the knockout on Dominic Cruz. Now, mind you, like I've always thought Dom's style, like all the leaning and looking for new angles and everything, I always thought like, okay, he's got the speed to pull it off, right? Like you could get head kicked. Like if we, we saw, I forgot who did it to Rashad Evans, where he got framed down and got head kicked or knee in the head, right? But similar thing. I thought Cruz used to have the speed for it. Vera kind of just timed it really, really well. What'd you think of the knockout?
Yeah, I think that, let's be honest, I feel like people have been breaking down Dominic Cruz and predicted this is the way to get that knockout over him for years now. And I think that credit to him, this is only the second time, well, third he's been finished. You know, this Henry Cejudo, Uriah Faber, like more than 10 years ago, and now Saturday night. So, you know, credit to him, even with the layoffs, the fact is people haven't been able to do it. I do believe Cheeto when he said that Jason Perillo sent the photo, and Pedro Munoz almost got it. Other guys have almost got it. I think the thing that people lose on Cheeto, yes, he's not a high volume guy. He seems to almost give rounds away because he's just taking his time. But once again, he is a very smart fighter. He does know what he's doing with his shot selection. He is difficult to take down. He is a handful when he's grappling with you. And really, just I get it. You listen to Dominic Cruz talk and you listen to Cheeto talk. You feel like you're talking to the cerebral levels might be different in terms of, oh my gosh, the techniques and breakdowns and all that, the approach to the fight game. Cheeto is a very smart fighter. He's a very talented fighter. He's a very good fighter. Do not let that East LA swag he's got fool you. He is a very talented dude, and I think that was just him. I'm not gonna lie. Would he have needed to put on the gas had that fight continued and he hadn't gone the knockout? Heck yeah. He didn't have to, so I'm not gonna act like he was doing something wrong. Live by the sword, die by the sword, and he lived by it, and it took him to victory again.
And at this point, and Vera said it in the post fight, you know, and I know you were there for all the media stuff too. In the post fight, he said he wasn't worried. He's basically made it sound like he wasn't worried about a title shot. He was like, I'm just gonna keep working. He's gonna keep knocking dudes out. And they got, you know, assuming he knows they got to give it to him at some point. What do you think is next for him?
I think that you gotta wait to see what happens to Sean O'Malley and Peter Yan. Because if Sean O'Malley does Sean O'Malley things to Peter, I think that secures the title shot. In terms of Jose Aldo and Marab, that could be another contender, but then you got Henry Cejudo out there. If Henry Cejudo really gets serious about it, and I'm aware that, let's be honest, a lot of things probably got to go well for Henry to walk right back into a title fight. But I think the fact is that Cheeto doesn't get his next move till October, because I think that really from there, let's say Peter Yan wins. Well, who looked better, Jose, Marab, or Cheeto? We'll find that. You're going to find out another piece on Saturday. So it really depends. I think he's going to sit and wait. My co-host on my show, MMA Daily, Apple Podcasts and Spotify, suggested Cheeto versus Henry Cejudo. If Cheeto's going to be waiting no matter what, why not? That would be a great feather in his cap. You win that one. How are you not one of the BMFs of the bantamweight division, ready to take anybody? I think that would be great for his career personally, especially if he's waiting. But, you know, obviously, if he knows he's just got to be a little patient, that's probably what he's going to do.
Right, and that's what I think. You know, you're on point. He's going to be out for a couple, or what, at least October, like you said. So,
it's only 2 months ish.
Yeah, it's not bad. I would love to see Vera and O'Malley run it back. Just because O'Malley's been talking all that mess. If I'm still undefeated, I don't count that. Like, all right, dude, like settle down. You took the L, but man, I'll tell you, you're absolutely right. If O'Malley pulls off O'Malley stuff against Peter Yan, you know, Vera's gonna have to wait a little longer. Although, what Marlon Vera, Jose Aldo, if Jose does something spectacular this weekend, you never know. Let's see what we got. Otis, what's up, man? Says Rockhold. Yeah, you're the one of the few. Anthony Smith knocked out Evans pretty bad. That's the one I'm thinking about. Like, yeah. Anthony very, very calmly framed him. Everyone watching was like, okay, here it comes. Here comes the knee, knockout, done. So it is what it is. Jose Johnson pulls up the unanimous decision win. Really not sure if they're going to give him a contract after that. Real quick on that. You saw the Cowan fight. Yeah. I don't give either one a contract at this point.
You know what? Yeah, that was a tough one. She's 125, right?
35, I think.
35. Yeah, man. I will say this: you could maybe use a little bit of new blood at 35. I think that could help her. But yeah, I think that. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest. I was watching the other one. I missed the first one. So if Dana's like, you know what, someone's got to get it. If it's just another one of those nights, she might get lucky there. But yeah, I think because 35 could use some a breath of fresh air, that might help Haley, considering all her LFA experience.
Right. Your microphone's a little choppy right here. I don't know if you want to check it out while I read a couple comments here. Yeah. Bruce says Ariane Lipsky should become a ring girl now because she's. God damn it, Bruce. This is not the show for that, Bruce. Bring in the Keyboard Warriors on Wednesday, okay? But I get what you're saying. All right. UFC San Diego this last weekend, of course, headlined by Marlon Cheeto Vera.
1 second, I'm getting my audio back. I apologize.
Good. I can hear you. But UFC San Diego this last
weekend. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I hear you.
Something?
Yep.
Anyway, in terms of Ariane Lipsky, I will say that I think that, it's not an easy one for her at this point in the career.
No, it's rough. Go ahead. Oh, we know we could take a joke, Bruce. It's just a different kind of show. Bring all the nasty on Wednesday. All right. Anyway, let's see. They're talking.
I have a question. Why does it every week there's another girl who's being sent to the Ariane Brittany Palmer boot camp?
I don't know. I mean, I get what he's saying. She's a really good looking girl, and it didn't go so great for her on Saturday. I mean, she's done, but he is joking. Bruce is a jokester. He does it all the time. So, but yeah, I know. Every week is a new one. Okay. Wow, I'm way off here. All right. UFC San Diego, Marlon Vera, Dominic Cruz headlined. Nate Longwar and David Onama put together probably the fight of the year at this point. Like, I can't think of another one that was better. And obviously we have a few more months to go, but that was a wild fight.
Yeah, I think that, look, I get it. This card got gutted. If my mic is a little off, I think that's just right. I won't be able to fix it at this point. Right. But no, I think that look, the name value on like Glover and Yuri, Hamzat and Burns probably gonna steal the show. But yeah, I know that San Diego got a lot of, San Diego deserves a better card, et cetera, et cetera. Look, you tuned in on Saturday, you got your time, like the investment back. And I think that certainly I could tell you this, you attended live, you got your money's worth out of this one. I think not just them, many of the fighters delivered, a lot of finishes, the Battle of the Yasmins. Yes, Landwehr and Onama. I was like, dude, I hate to say this. I knew Cruz and Vera was not going to live up to that. It was like the proverbial, I forget his name. It's one of those old rock stars, just like, hey, they put me as the opening act and I set the piano on fire. So I'm like, go ahead and follow me if you want. But it's like, yeah, that honestly, just carnage, just good, clean. I'm trying to, he's just like that savage, like that old school Robbie Lawler, just like, let me bang bro vibes out of Nate Landwehr. And he banged with Onama. It was great.
Dude, he had Onama tired. He had Onama gassed out. Onama, you have to give Onama a lot of credit. He dug deep just to stay in the fight. And to be able to go all the way through, even though he took the loss, was impressive. It was very, very impressive.
It was great. It was a great performance. And to rally back in the third, he was like, you know what? Nah, if I'm going to go down, I'm going down like this. I thought
he was going to pull something. I mean, he didn't, but I thought he was going to pull it off at the end. I'm like, ooh, boy, let's go. All right. What was the pop like? The fight aside, because it was a great fight. Obviously, both girls have bright futures and everything. Yasmin Jauregui, the pop in the arena, because we didn't get to see it live, I don't think. I had to watch it on YouTube later. I mean, how crazy was that for her?
You know what? Just when they got going, like we were look, some places have a media room, some places just kind of convert some of the area and they just kind of take the chairs and other stuff that's not being used and turn it into a media room. Mm-hmm. We could hear everything and the fans were stomping their feet. They were going wild. You could feel the room shaking and all that stuff. No hyperbole. It was epic. And just once again, fans were expecting Alexa Grasso on this card. Fans probably looking for people who've been in bigger fights like Aspen Ladd and Sarah McMahon. When those girls got after it, everyone was just like, nah, this is what we came for. We wanted our money's worth. We want them to throw down. And when those girls started throwing down, the fans ate it up. It was awesome. It was really the fans showed out for them too. They weren't like, oh, no. They enjoyed the carnage, and it was a great show.
It was wild. Just watching on TV was wild and everything. And honestly, both girls brought it. It was honestly a lot of fun to watch. So we'll see what they bring on their next ones here. Azam Razakana with the knockout win over Devin Clark. The way the fight was going, kind of expected, is what it is.
He wants the Kutalaba Johnny Walker winner in a month too. He revealed. So
and he wants it at Madison Square Garden on top of that. So
yes,
whether or not they actually do that, Dana's probably laughing like, "Hey, shut up." But either way, we'll see.
A lot of people campaigning for that right about now.
Everybody. Speaking of one, since we'll skip a little bit to right away, Jeremy Mearshart. That was a great submission finish at the end. But to skip to another person asked for it, Angela Hill gets the decision win over Lupita Godinez, and she wants Madison Square Garden. Not only that, she wants Karolina Kovacevic at Madison Square Garden. That's November. She's got a little bit of time. She could make it.
Angela Hill?
Yeah.
Bro, she could be there on Saturday. Come on, it's Angela.
yeah.
If they call her Angela, we really need somebody on the September 9th. We need someone in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm down. It's good. I think good call out for Angela. I think, I'll just say it. She's had some big fights. She's fought some tough girls. I think that this is really one of those key bouts where it's like, okay, look, selective matchmaking. I know where I'm at. I'm still looking to throw down. I'm finding the right dance partners. A+. Go with it.
Now, I know they used to do a long time ago. Used to have sort of like scrums for the fighters that lost. Right. Last one we had that I remember was Rosna Mayunas at 274 when she came in and tried to tell us that she had won, and we're all sitting there looking at each other like, did she fight the fight? Was she in there? Because even Pat was in there throwing hands, just doing his shit. But anyway, I really wish we could have asked Loopy why the hell did she shoot more like early. It's almost like she just wanted to like, I could prove I could throw hands with Angela Hill. I'll be like, do you want to win or do you want to prove a point? And it was just Angela Hill picked her apart. And by the time Loopy started shooting, it was too late. She couldn't do anything.
Agreed. It was just. I think sometimes when you do so much work, like I'm gonna win the fight this way. I think that fighters, it's just like anything else. You're trying to. Everything's about your process, your habit. You have your entire routine to get yourself in this mindset to do what you need to do in this it's 15 minutes. It's a wild sport. So I think that when you commit so much, I'm going to strike, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Maybe that's just what got in her head. You figured she should be able to do it. Now, those few takedowns, though, Angela did what she was supposed to do, too. Really took the wind out of the sails also.
Yeah, no, she did really well, too. Even just discourage the takedown. Like, I mean, that was like the knee. She would like just flinch the knee a little bit just to make Loopy think about it. So I just wish we could have asked her because that would have been a great question. Like, why the hell didn't you shoot?
Remember, also moved up a lot. I mean, not that she was out of shape. They both came in great shape for the fight, but wrestling takes more energy than a striking fight. When you really getting into the grind of trying to get someone down.
Right. Exactly.
Habib just makes it look easy. Remember that.
Habib just Habib stares you into a takedown. It's freaking wild. He breaks dudes before they even get in there. All right. Other fights on the card. Martin Boudet with a decision win, and he was all like, "That was a great war," and the rest of us were like, "It's another heavyweight fight." Nina Nunes very quickly retired after her win over Cynthia Calvillo. It was, I hate to say it this way, but it was one of those like, okay, congratulations. That was nice.
I think that just following the loss to Tatiana, it just, the win was out of those sails. And look, mind you, she doesn't have to. Perfectly happy with, if my significant other was a 2-division UFC champion, I would feel very comfortable in not having to get my own face punched in. So, I can't really hate on her for that. She had a great run. She admitted that, hey, and I did try to ask her. I think she misinterpreted my question, but I was like, if you had pushed motherhood off a little bit after the Tatiana fight, do you feel like you could have maybe put that run together at strawweight? And she was like, no, I know I'm done. So, Is that a question? Possibly, but she's happy with her life. I think that her and Amanda have built a life, just not only their own facility, but just the people around them that, you know what, if you're good with it, like, also, I think that where she's at in her career, it's like, look, if you're still in the running,
Yeah.
I think that pushes a lot of fighters. But I think when you feel like, hey, you are now becoming the setup, the stepping stone, and you're at a certain stage of your career, that's when fighters start to think like, well, what am I? Am I still in it to win it, or am I just still kind of in it to do it? And so, I think that that's just where Nina's at. I thought, look, she's been great. I thought she's carried it very well for herself. You know, a lot of people talk about how did you get this close to a title shot over blah blah blah? Is it because of Amanda? No, she went out there and she got after it. Props to her, but yeah, I will also tip the hand that when I asked her, like, well, aren't you at flyweight now? Is this now going to be a family rivalry with, you know, you guys and Valentina? And she was like, nah, I don't see it that way. And it's like, you know, I think that was like, well, you knew that this was always going to be it. You knew even if you knocked out Cynthia in 30 seconds, you were never going to start targeting Valentina. So,
Yeah, no, it's with Nina, it was one of those things like I was just like, okay, and you're right, like, you know, 2 division champ, whether or not she's gonna get to fight Valentina. I mean, at this point, anytime anyone calls up Valentina, I think you and I are both like, okay, cool, but I still want the Dana Suarez to come back and challenge for that. You're right. I'm still excited about her. You know, knee injury and neck injury and everything else she's had. I still want her to come back and get a shot at that, but.
You feel like she's just gonna dominate Cruz it, just come back from those injuries and then just monster take down the first girl she gets her hands on, and
yeah.
But then of course it's like, oh my god, it has been a minute. You get nervous, right?
Right.
It's a lot.
Currently, if you guys are watching Valenzuela, and oh my god, Ribeiro just knocked out Valenzuela oh wow.
See, I don't have ESPN Plus. There's not a TV in my room where I'm at, so I'm living through you, Eddie.
Okay, yeah. Ribeiro landed I think it was a right hand clean, drops him. Like, ref didn't even let him finish it. He came down with hammers, he didn't even let him finish it. Valenzuela just woke up and he's like complaining about the stoppage, but someone showed him a replay. But Ribeiro just got himself a contract. There's no way he don't get after that.
Did the first fight have a finish, or did that go decision too?
The first fight, I didn't watch. I started watching the calendar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then at least one contract for sure.
Yeah, I was out looking for dinner in around the area. I mean, I'm not in downtown Salt Lake. I'm like 10 minutes out, more closer to the airport, and there ain't nothing around here. So I'm actually gonna go
Postmates, bro.
Yeah, I'm either Postmates or I'm gonna go down to see what they got in that the restaurant downstairs. Ooh, that left hand clean, and then the right on the way down.
Nasties. Ooh.
Dude,
that's how you do it on Tuesday nights, right?
Yeah, left hand knocked him out. Right hand finished it.
The nail in the coffin.
Yeah. Ah, poor bastard. He has Mexican pride tattooed on his back. Now I feel bad. He's from Vera Cruz, I think. I'm not sure. Speaking of Mexicans, real quickly, we'll talk about this one quick. Actually, the next couple quick.
Benitez.
Dude, first of all, you could tell no one knew what you meant when you called him Tocayo. For those that don't know what that means, that's when you call someone that has your name. So, yes. Gabrielle Gonzalez, Gabriel Benitez, Tocayo. Yes. And he knew exactly what the hell was up. And it seemed like everyone else in the room was like, what the fuck's that mean? Like, that's not his name. And I shit you not, I was at home laughing because I knew what the hell you were talking about. I'm like, dude, nobody else have any clue.
No, look, he's such a cool guy. And look, I'm always happy to see another Gabriel do well. It just means that, like, you're representing well. So I never hate on another one. But man, look, you get 10-piece combo knockout and then you come back and respond like that. I was just very impressed. Move up to lightweight. Look, he's probably still going to fill out some more, but just great rebound, great move, I think, at 55. So I think that was good. I know you're going to talk about it. Tyson Nam looked great. Josh Quinlan. Now we have 2 samurais in the UFC. Awesome. I mean, it was good, man. I'll tell you what, like, the first fight was okay, went to a draw, we get a little, is it going to be this kind of night? And then the body started falling, and it's like, no, it's going to be this kind of night. It was awesome.
Dude, who asked him the question about the stuff going on at Tijuana right now?
You know what? So we had several more local media there.
Yeah.
There were several media members from Mexico who were there to cover the event, and some that work for more like a Spanish language network
Mhm.
that were asking them. So we had a bunch that got questions about the politics and the state of things in Ecuador and Mexico. So those
Mhm.
were the guys asking them those questions primarily.
Yeah, when he asked him, I forgot whoever the fella asked him about, oh, what do you think about Tijuana? You have anything to say? And Benitez is like, I got nothing to say. I don't know, man. It's sad. It's this. It's not. I have nothing to say. It's not that he has nothing to say, folks. It's that it's dangerous as shit to say anything. So don't be asking those. I would never have asked him that question. And those are guys that are from that area. So I'm very surprised they put that guy in that spot. I think that's a stupid thing to do, man. But that's just my opinion. I was kind of pissed off when that happened. But he looked good at 155. Let's see what's next for him. And then like I said, Tyson Nam comes off. He was out for a while with a knee injury. Knocks out
Yep.
Ode out. Ode jump knee and gets cracked on the
Nasty.
way. I'm like that was so dope to see. I feel bad for Ode because I like doing the Ode shit. I do that on my TV when I'm watching, but I'm a fan of his. To see him get knocked out like that, it's like you said earlier. You live by the sword, you die by the sword, and he died by the sword.
And he was winning that too. I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
oof. Oh, another case of the commentary jinxing people. I swear, it's been happening the last few weeks. People you guys need to stop doing that when the camera's on and the microphone is on you. Jack Hermanson did it to poor Tom Aspinall.
Yep.
It's something. Michael Bisping said it to another guy last week too, I felt like, and I was like, oh, not again.
Yeah, no, that was unfortunate. But either way, I you gotta be happy for Tyson Nam. Training, I believe he's out of Hawaii. I think I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Then Josh Quinlan overcomes a positive test for and again we're talking picograms again. He's not in trouble, not for the USADA. He has to do a process with Nevada, but so he's probably not going to fight there for a minute. But comes in, gets a finisher against Jason Witt, and will probably be a welterweight for the next fight. Although this one was at 183 because of the cut. What was your impression of the fight?
You know what? I just like the way he carried himself with that confidence. I thought that he was, clearly managing emotions well. You go from apex to fight with the crowd. You know what? I thought he handled it great. Fellow samurai respects the way Yuri's carrying that torch too. I was like, all right, I see you.
Yeah, no, that I like the way like I said, the way he carries himself, the way he speaks, very respectful, very humble, and it was just great to see. So hopefully he doesn't have any more issues later on. And of course, you're right here, Yusuf Salah against Damon Blackshear, ends in a decision. Great fight, honestly.
I thought it was a solid fight, but it was like a draw. It's like, that's not the way to kick off a card, but it is what it is.
It was wild. We'll talk about 270 here in a second. A couple things here. Another retirement that we saw out of PFL. Hey, Rory McDonald gets finished. And I know I put it on the chat that in the Slack chat, again, fourth wall stuff. Two things I felt bad that he got knocked out like that. I was like, damn, dude, like Rory, he's former Bellator champion, all that, could have been a UFC champion and everything. But the other thing that got me was that Robbie Lawler fight took years of his career, like years from both men, probably maybe more off of Rory's than Robbie's, because Rory was the one whose nose was flat and he looked like Voldemort at the end of that fight. So what is your, I guess, highlight? What's the best memory you're gonna have of Rory McDonald's career?
So I'm a big fan of that. It was on Fox, Gotham. So the story of Bruce Wayne as a kid and he grew up. If you haven't watched it, the guy who's cast as the Riddler in that show looks uncannily like Rory McDonald.
Right.
And at a Bellator, I think he wasn't fighting, but he was there to promote his upcoming fight at a Bellator event. We're in the hallway. It's casual. There's no, hey, what's up? We're both walking to our seats out on the floor. And, I'm next to him. It's just me and him. His buddy's coming up with food, I think, behind him. And I'm like, Rory, can I ask you something? And he's like, oh, what's up? And it's like, anybody ever tell you look like that guy from the Gotham TV show? And he was like, oh, yeah. I've been tagged in a lot of them. and I think even he was like, I get it too. You know,
Yeah.
like it's not crazy. Chill. My point of that story: chill, friendly, not celebrity, and one of the people, just really cool guy. Loved watching him fight. I thought that he was just a great. I think that he's not a big social guy. He's a little awkward and shy when it comes to that. He clearly got older and got more comfortable with it, but just I just remember like he kind of grew up with
Yeah.
us. I think he might be slightly older, slightly younger than me,
Mhm.
but you know, I saw a lot of that in the way he carried himself, and I always appreciated that as a fighter. So technical, just everything he just made to look clean. And look, maybe sometimes that almost hurt him when you fought those guys like a Robbie who really got in his face, made it a little ugly, you know, and struggled with that when they were more physically gifted, just like he was.
Mhm.
But my biggest highlight, that as a personality and as a person, and you know what? People forget how close he was to winning that Robbie Lawler fight.
For real.
He won the fourth round before he got stopped in the fifth. So I agree with you. Just he came back like a year later, fought Wonder Boy, was flinching a little bit in there when the shots started coming, and it's like you said, not quite the same. He talked about it, his mindset a little bit in Bellator, just
Mhm.
becoming more devout Christian. Said, you know, and I think that just age, time, his career, his own life,
Right.
just all of those ingredients took a little bit, and of course the damage took in that fight took a little bit of the edge off. But you know, youngest guy in the UFC when he signed, great
Yeah.
career in 3 promotions. Honestly, he's got a long career ahead of him. I wouldn't mind seeing him out there trying to do some analyst work. Just, I think that he's got a bright future, and I
Uh,
just, yeah, just all I have to say.
Yeah, no, and I agree with that as well. And the thing with Rory is I always thought you know, a lot of people were like, oh, he's you know, GSP's protege, and I was like, no, that's Rory McDonald's his own man. They're not the same. They're just both very technical and very detailed. But for me, it's that Robbie Lawler fight. The picture that I have on screen right now. I think that is at the end of the third or the fourth. I can't remember, but like Robbie stood there, Rory stood there. It took Big John to make him go back to the corners, but it was one of those like, I'm still here. I'm still here. Okay. Like, I mean, we could wait right here. We don't need to go back to the stool. Let's just throw down again. And then Robbie punched his nose repeatedly over and over and over again in the fifth to end it. So, congratulations to the Red King. He seems to be at peace. The way his statement was, very much at peace, very happy with his decision. He's got a kid. He's got a beautiful wife. He's got a great life.
I think he's got 2 kids, if I'm not mistaken. Now, so
okay.
yeah.
There you go. All right.
Real quick, I was
Yo.
like that one right before the fifth where they zoom in on Rory's face and he's like wearing the mask. It's like that's one BMF right there.
I thought for sure. I when I saw that, that was I'm
I remember thinking he was gonna win it. Like he took Rob. He's gonna get it done. Came back and oof.
Yeah.
And now that's why Robbie Lawler is a legend too, right?
Right. No, and I thought, I mean, they're gonna make Halloween masks from Rory's face. This is gonna be fucking great. Except he ain't gonna get a dime out of it because UFC going to UFC. All right. The other thing too, very quickly, Paige Van Zandt out of bare knuckle BKFC. Is because I didn't get this cleared up. I was on a flight. Did the event get canceled, or is she just out?
No, she's just off the fight. Remember, this card still has MVP and Mike Perry on it. So
right.
And also, they haven't revealed exactly what it is. She said it was canceled a week out, so that makes me wonder because I thought she has to be in the UK already, like time change and all that. You want to perform well. So the idea that we just didn't know that she'd never made it over there is a little like, obviously we need her to clear that up and BKFC, but yeah, I know they have a press conference scheduled for Thursday. I'm sure we'll get answers there, but they've been very mum on the whole situation, so that makes me wonder if it was a last-minute visa issue or if it was, did she get sick, COVID, I don't know, but I did find that very perplexing that we find out today, but she says it's canceled a week out, which would have been Saturday. If she didn't leave until Sunday, Monday, okay, then did you ever get to the UK or not?
That's a good question. Yeah. I mean, obviously, her husband just got knocked out. Be wild if she was like pregnant or something crazy.
Man, okay, once again, once a week, once a show is like, why is that always got to be the reason the girls pull out of fights, man?
Not that one. Usually they get injured, they couldn't make weight, but that
Oh
one
my gosh.
to me that one kind of makes sense. I'm just saying, like, I'm just throwing it out there. Good for them if they are, but if they're not,
Like, I know they take a lot of hot pictures together, but
Yeah.
like, you
Bro.
feel like, I get it. Like, I've seen the photo shoots too, but dang, Eddie.
Get out of here, dude.
Professionals.
She's throwing like sides of beef into a lion cage. Okay, you tell me that lion's not gonna eat? Come on now. Right.
That is the metaphor of the week. So once again, take the cake.
All right, let's talk. This weekend's card. I'm in Salt Lake City for it, covering it for you for Cageside Press. UFC 278 headline: Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards. Co-main event: Paulo Costa, Luke Rockhold, and the legendary Jose Aldo trying to make his way back up to a title shot at bantamweight against Merab Dvalishvili. A lot of fights on this card. Out of those, besides those top three, any fights you're looking forward to?
Miranda Maverick, Shauna Young, the rematch, Invicta fight, all that good stuff. Talk to Miranda. She's very motivated. She's been wanting to get in the cage. She thought she would get a bit of a bigger name opponent before the Shauna Young fight happened. Obviously, since the whole Molly McCann and I will do you wherever you want to be done, so we don't lose sponsorship over here. Yeah, she knows that there's opportunities probably down the line if she gets a good win here. Besides that, that big three just kind of has you mouth watering, and yeah, but that one for sure stands out to me.
Gotcha. I like the. Let's see if I keep forgetting the fellow's name. Oh, that's not it. No. Oh, sorry. Main card. Tyson Pedro against Harry Hunsucker. Tyson Pedro coming off of multiple knee injuries. This guy had his I forget it was ligaments. His whole knee blew out. They fixed it. Turns out they didn't fix it right. They had to do it again. Dude lost almost 4 years of his career. Almost 4 years of his career. And now comes back, gets a knockout win, and finally back on the main card of a pay-per-view. I can't wait to talk to him about it. I got like 3 or 4 questions for that dude for tomorrow, because he should be. It's a main card. But so I'm looking forward to that one. Obviously, let's talk Jose Aldo very quick. With a win, Jose Aldo, shortlist for a title shot?
Absolutely, as is Merab. And then there's 2 questions. Okay, either of them, shortlist. If the winner of this one gets into a title shot next, you should not be surprised.
Right.
Just because looking at the division. The big X factors, Aljamain Sterling. If Aljo beats TJ, he's already said he might move, so his brother Merab can, make history for Georgia, fight for the title, possibly win it. Jose Aldo, if you remember, Eddie, in 2019, he was talking about retiring. Came back, shocked everybody, signed this out of nowhere 8-fight extension with the UFC. The fight with Merab is number 7. Which means he wins this one. Is he looking at title fight with number 8 to close out the career? Or if he loses to Merab, is the next fight his retirement fight, no matter what, just to complete the contract? That is a huge thing I think people have fallen asleep on heading into this. And I'm telling you this because I'm hoping it ends up on your list of questions tomorrow. But the fact is, all of that is, look, very talented fighters. Obviously, Merab, physical. I think he's broke the record for most takedowns in a round, something like that, in a fight. Broke Khabib's record. And then Jose Aldo, you know what he does. It's like he's aging in reverse. Fantastic boxing. When he's on it with his takedown defense, he's really like a cat if you've ever seen him really execute those high-level takedown defenses. So it makes for a very interesting fight. Merab, this is probably the best time for him to catch a guy like Jose. Feels like it. Jose, is this the kind of fight you want to possibly get to the title shot? I would argue yes as well. So it makes for a very fun fight.
There you go. At me, I'm a Jose. Like Jose Aldo is one of the legends that I was like, I don't get started. I've met many people: Steve Nash, Mario Stoudemire, I was in Phoenix and everything, Kyler Murray, all these guys. I'm never starstruck. I met Fedor and I wasn't starstruck. Jose Aldo walked into the media room back in December to fight Rob Font, and I was like, "Holy that's Jose Aldo. That's a guy who used to kick the people's legs off so badly they couldn't even get on the plane that they be carried on." So I'm hyped as hell to talk to him again, ask him a couple questions again, and and see what he's got for us this time. Obviously, it's the translation ones are rough, but you as long as you phrase your question correctly, you should be all right.
I don't know. Fabiano, the UFC guy, you've seen him. If you guys have him, you're in good hands. No worries.
Yeah. He's at the Apex right now, so I'm assuming he'll be on that flight tomorrow.
That man good, as they should.
As they should. Yeah, no, he's a great dude. Co-main event podcast of Luke Rockhold, middleweight fight. I didn't realize Luke Rockhold could still make middleweight. I really didn't realize Paul Costa could still make weight at middleweight. I'm assuming one of them's going to miss, maybe. I don't know, but I hope not. But both guys have a hard time making 85, let's be real. Honestly, I don't have much for this one other than it's a fun fight, and Paulo Costa's the only ranked guy out of both of them, number 6. He wins this one. I mean, he needs probably like one more to try and get back in the title talks, but this one should be good. Who would you pick in this one?
Here's the thing. In terms of skills, I feel like people sleep on just how good Luke Rockhold is. Yeah. Go back. I know UFC, I believe, put it on YouTube. The fight with Chris Weidman, that guy gives two guys like Adesanya, Whitaker, Vittori, all of them problems. Now, it has been a while. Is it harder for him to make 85? Probably. Has he injured his knees? I believe his back as well. Also cause for concern. The layoff itself cause for concern. I do know that was one thing he said, like, oh, would you take that fight? And he kind of admitted, like, no, I want to wait for my knee to get even better because he has these fantastic kicks, but he can't get the whip on him because he's been hurt. So I think all of that raises questions. If he looks, in route to becoming that guy, Weidman, that guy provides a lot of problems maintaining the distance, just using all his weapons against Costa. Let's say it's the way he handled that whole Marvin Montoya situation. Injury, believe it or not, that did not look good. If I were him, like a lot of people, I'll use the word embarrassing. It did not come out good. It looked. It looked like he was trying to pull some funny business because he knew it was a very shallow card, and it didn't pay off. Now, whatever. Assuming we believe Luke, they're monitoring his weight all through this. It is now on him to show that you are not the guy who was pulling that in October. You're actually serious about being a top UFC contender. He does that. He fights like that. Then a Luke Rockhold who's been susceptible to heavy hitters, who's coming off a long layoff, who has been through several injuries. Paulo Costa can catch that guy. But once again, as the X factors on his side, all of that to answer your question, I'm going to go Luke Rockhold. He just thinks that he's not a 15-minute fight. He should have every means to get the job done.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that. Luke Rockhold, to me, I agree as well. To me, he's the more skilled guy overall. Ground, standing, I don't care what. I know Paulo Costa's from Brazil and everything. Doesn't mean he's better than Luke at jiu-jitsu, but Paulo Costa definitely has the power. So I would have to go Luke as well on that. And then quickly, because we're running out of time here, main event: Kamaru Usman against Leon Edwards. Why in the hell does it seem like everybody is just like they're just doubting Leon Edwards so hard right now? That my point on that is this, because I don't know who to pick yet. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I give Leon Edwards a really good chance in this fight for one reason. Kamaru Usman's been preparing for multiple guys for years. He's a very smart guy. He looks ahead. Oh, who's not cool? What does he do? All right, cool. I better start training this now, so I'm really good at it when I get there. Leon Edwards has only been focusing on Kamaru Usman. It's Cody Garbrandt all over again. Cody Garbrandt spent his entire youth training to beat Dominic Cruz, and he got so good at it, it looked easy. So I don't understand this whole thing where people are doubting Leon Edwards is going to win this fight.
Yeah. Look at Leon. He's so talented everywhere. He's talented on the ground when he's on top of you. Defends well when he's on his back. And as a striker, maintains the distance, knows how to use all of his weapons in kickboxing and Muay Thai. I think the athleticism and the wrestling of Kamaru Usman was what kind of keeps people from becoming those believers and consistently. The fact is, Kamaru has shown he can get the job done against these big names. For him, lost twice. Burns, Colby Covington. By the way, Burns fight has not aged like wine. The way he fought Hamza. So
I think that's really it. And also Leon, I hate to say this, but he is not the conventional guy who promotes himself the way a lot of guys have over the last 2 years. More soft-spoken guy. He's not out there beating his chest and talking trash on Twitter, Instagram. He's coming in, showing up, so fundamentally sound. Does that make him this, man, like, we're gonna have to shut him up. It's gonna give him the business. We don't get that. It's kind of like, okay, we have our vanilla ice cream. However, there's a reason vanilla ice cream is really popular. It's really good.
No, he is. He's very, very good. So
I know. I like to get into analogies, people.
No,
make you hungry. That's the job.
No, dude, freaking the thing people keep telling me is like, I don't want to hear about Nate almost knocked him out. Well, first of all, Nate almost did finish him in that fight, but no one's giving. I mean, we give Nate credit just for that, but when, he didn't win the fight. Although
it's like, do you not watch the? I get it. It's very like let him up for 24 minutes. Stick, move, Nate, trying to figure out can you do something, and
yeah. No, I'm expecting a big time performance from the Edwards this weekend. All right.
We're still picking tomorrow though, just for the record.
I got you.
I think he's gonna go. Look, he gets the win. He's gonna go for Hamza, and then he's gonna go all it. By the way, to break the Anderson Silva record for 17, and then he's gonna go all in, do everything in his power, very optional to get that fight. I know what the result may be, but I'm just saying that's Kamaru's play. He's gonna watch Mag part 2. That's gonna be safe to say. Put them on the Tyson Fury and round one record.
Yeah, just fill it with whoever at that point. Ryan Garcia, I'm sure he's bored. He wants something. All right. Well, that's anything. We don't got anything else tonight. That's gonna do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm in Salt Lake City entire week. I'll bring you everything tomorrow, media day, Thursday, presser, Friday, weigh-ins and fake weigh-ins, and then Saturday, of course, fighting at CageSidePress.com for everything. Gabriel's at Double G on TV, as you can see on there on his little display name. I'm at Yellow32. Of course, the page is CageSidePress.com, at CageSidePress on all social media. Follow us for the best fight night coverage. Actually, all kinds of all coverage, but especially fight night coverage around, all right? For myself, for Gabriel, for the entire team, appreciate you guys. Catch you guys in the next one. Good night, and we will see you guys later.